Hello all. So the previous class we have discussed method overloading, method overriding, and ternary operator. So in Java. So right. So and today we will go and see more concept. So if you are not watching my previous class, please subscribe my channel and watch the all Java related and MySQL things. Thank you. So next today. So I have a class. Within the class I have a main method. So let me define one user defined method. Okay. So how to write a method? So simple. So public. So this is access modifier. And so let me take string type today. So get message. Okay. So next open brace close brace. Oh, great. So this returns, it returns string right. Return. So it return good morning. Good morning. So if I want to call this method, what I have to do here within main method, what I have to do here? So we have to create object, right? So through object only, we invoke this particular get message method. So new test of ends with a semicolon and so the test refers t dot so get ms. So ms ends with the semicolon. So next, what this get message written string type letter right. So then take one more string, then msc equals. So now let me take sysout system dot out dot println. Okay. So let me I am printing that message. Message is okay, message ends with semicolon. So in Java, every statement is ends with semicolon. Okay. So where is your file is there? So I have within documents, right? So here cmd. Okay. Let's first compare Java C test dot Java. So compilation success, then Java test. See, message is good morning printed successfully. So here, so public string get message. So this is a method. So this is non-static method. Okay. That means there is no static keyword within using here, right? Public start. So public string get message. Okay. So what is public method? So here, so this is non-static method. Okay. If you want to make this static after access modifier, you can keep like this. So static. Okay. If you are writing like this, you no need to create object. Okay. If you are writing like this, you no need to create object. Now, let me. So we can directly call this get message with the class name. So what is the class name here? So class test dot get message. Okay. So directly with the class name, whatever the class name you have, so that class name we can directly call this. So let me see. Let me see Java C compilation success. Java test. Good morning. That is printed. And if I remove this, if I remove this static, what happened this time? Let me go and see. A non-static method get message cannot be referred from a static method. So that means it is saying that is non-static method, but you are not calling non-static method your static way of calling. So this is from. So you have to be make it as static. Then it is working. See, static. I am putting static. Now there is no errors. If you see here, there is no errors. That's it. So got it? Why static keyword is why need? That's it. Next. So next, int age equals to 25 ends with semicolon. So I am trying to print that age variable inside main method. So that starting point of execution is main method, right? Let me define age. Age is. So age is. So let me compile it here. Yeah, see. See, there is error. Non-static variable age cannot be referred from static constant. So this is a static method, right? Inside a static method, you cannot access directly a non-static variable without object. Without object. See, if I am creating within the main method object, through object, I can access this non-static variable. But without, if you want to using this non-static variable, then again you need to define this like this class name. So test dot like that. So test dot age like this. See if you here, let me clear this all. Okay, see, wait. So sorry. So this is okay. So this is non-static things, right? So static. You need to put static. So I forget. So static. So now if you see here, why for expected. Right. Static age into static age. What's it right? So you cannot directly access a non-static variable without object. So if you want to access this, object is needed, right? So test t equals to new test of. Okay. So object created successfully, then refer object. See. So t dot h, it will be work. It will be work. So t dot h. See, there is no. See, age is 25. So without object. So without object, it cannot access. If you want to access without object also, just make it as a static. So static. So now you can access that by class name itself. So now let me remove the object. Okay. See here. See, there is no errors. Good morning, 24. Okay. So how to variable static variables and all. So I hope you all understand this. So now there is no errors. So if it is inside the static method, how to call on static method? So we need an object. So inside a static method, if you want to print or call methods, those are static methods. Directly you can use class name itself. But if you're non-static methods, you have to create object and call by using the object. Okay, that's it. So that is the use of static and object. And so you can see. So if it is static, you can directly call. So directly with method name. So either you can use directly method name or else the class name you can define it. Okay. If it is a static, I am discussing about static only. See, directly I am calling this get message without using any class name and the object. Right? So let me see what happens. Java C. See, compilation success. Java test. Good morning and 25 is printed successfully. See, so directly it is working. If it is a static, so directly you can call method name and that whatever method is returning, you have to take that similar. And similarly, the same variable also. But always recommended whenever you use static things, use class name. Okay, use class name. So I hope you are all understand how to call static methods. Okay. So let me go to new concept. This is how we can access static things. Okay. Next, let me remove this out. So next, so as of now, we have completed all these things in CMD, right? So now I will show you how to use Eclipse IDE. So how to use Eclipse IDE. So how to get a simple Java program and Java program classes and how to execute. Okay. So far we have to done by using Notepad in our Java sessions. But anyway, you have to practice Eclipse. So, okay. Let me show you Eclipse IDE, how to use Eclipse IDE in Java. Okay. So already we installed our missions, right? Eclipse Neon 3. So if not, you can go and watch my previous class. I have installed that Eclipse Neon 3. Okay. So where I installed, okay. So I think downloads. So here after open Eclipse folder, we have a application. So let me double click this. So it is loading. See, once it is open, so you can create one folder. So you can create one folder. So this is normal gradually giving you. So let me create one folder to me because whatever projects are going to save. So, wait. So let me create this folder. I am using this HTML classes. So inside HTML classes, what are the projects I am going to create by using this Eclipse, it will store that. Okay. For you also, you can use one more folder. It's like Java core or something. You can use that directly. Okay. So whenever it is open, it is visible like this. Okay. This is a welcome page we have, and I can click this welcome page here. Okay. Okay. Check this. Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. Like this. So then what you have to do, go to the file, switch workspace if you want. So give the workspace there. So whatever the workplace you are giving, you can also change here. Okay. Save. Okay. Next. I given HTML classes. That's it. Or else, let me say, let me create one more folder here in HTML. Let me create one more folder like Java code. Okay. I am creating Java code. So, okay. Let me change my workspace here. Sorry. This is okay. Let me change my workspace first. So I choose the okay. So browser. So browser. So documents. So HTML. So HTML. I have a Java code. I am giving this. Okay. So now it is selecting that. So done. Okay. So now how to create Java project in Eclipse. So if you want to note it down these steps, you can note it down or else you can rewatch it. No problem. So file, new, after new, can you go to other? So there is a Java project here. So if it is not visible, you can search it. Okay. Save next. So you can project name, you can give any name. So project name for Java project. So or related core Java related stuff I am putting here. So next finish here. So even Java project is creating like this. You can so there is SRC folder. See here. So here there is a JRE system library. So these are the jar files. These are the related Java jar files. So we are using a system dot class like this. All math classes are there. Okay. So those are available rt.jar. This jar. Those classes are available. So we are using system.out.println, right? So system also one of class type, right? So those are available within this rt.jar. Okay. I'll explain what is jar and all. Okay. How to create jar also we can. I'll show you. Okay. As of now, you no need it. So as of now, you just created project. My project is created and window show view navigator. So navigator. So this can visible your project every. Okay. See, settings, bin, src, okay, class path and project. Okay. Okay. So next, how to create class. So we are giving Java files, right? Actually, so I'll show you how to create. So once you create project, so Windows show view, navigator, navigate over is open. So your in detail, it will be visible in detail of your project. So src, where you can create your .java files. Once you compile, so dot class files are going to bin file. So this bin file. So how to create class? So in src, right click, new class here. So here it can visible, or else you can go other. So here you have a class. If not, you can search it. There is a class, choose the class. So class name, you can give any name. So I am giving test. Okay. And I am checking public start void main. Okay. Say finish. See. So this is coming. So this is not required. So class created with main method. So sys control space. See, system is there. Sys control space. Then it is showing to you out. So and when just noted. Okay. Out println. Okay. So within I can give some text. Welcome to Java. So if you click this, you can see here. Now, if you see here, how to execute it. Very simple. So, see, whenever you create test.class file is generated. See, next, test.java run as Java application. Java application. So, whenever you run Java application, in the console, you are seeing the output. See here, output is there here. And also, you can use this way, or else you can directly in your page, same program, run as Java on the window. Welcome to Java is printed. See, if you are using control on the system, it can visible what are the data inside the system. Okay, println. See where the path is there, the println. So like this, we can execute programming Eclipse. Okay, I hope you are all understand this. Okay, next. So now, okay, next, next what I can do. So let me create one more class. So let me create one more class, student. My class name is student. So I am not taking any public static void main method within this. So public class student. Okay. Now here, so student can have, or else let me say, student can have get name, right? Student name like this. So we'll create objects. Sorry, we'll create methods. Public string and so this is get student name. So this is how we can create, right? So this is written some name of student. Yes, Ami. So get student name is a method. It returns student name. My student name is Ram. So this is my student class. Okay. So I want to call this my method inside test class. So how to call that method? So if you want to call any method, what you have to create? Object. So object you need to create. So where get student method is available? Student class, right? So you have to create student class object here. Okay, this is very important. So whatever the methods you need to access, that class object you need to create here. So the main method is starting point of execution, right? So now here you can create student st equals to new student. So that is your class name, right? So within the student only you have the method. So now if you see here st dot get student method is visible here. Now you can simply ends with semicolon. Now this get student name is what type? String type, right? Now you can assign one more variable string. So name equals to. Now you can say this out. So you can give sys out automatical control and enter. It can give you this entire thing. So now let me print this. And so name is student name is and print the name. See, from the test class you are calling student class method. If you want to student class method, you need to student object, create student object, right? So this is the student class I have. Within the student class I have a method. So this method I want to call from test class. Why? So here only I have main method. Okay, so the main method is the starting point execution. That's all. So let me save this, run this. So run as, right click, run as Java. See, the name is Ram. It is printed. Console. So like that, n number of classes because main method is the execution point of, right? So now main method, it can go. See, here you are not creating test class object because where this method is available. So within the student, right? As on within the student, we have the method available, right? See, it is going to take it from your student class. Then it returns. See, here I detail explain. So in 8 line, you are creating student object. Now student object, what we refer the class, 9 line, it is going to student class. Then it return the ROM and that ROM we are storing here name and that name we are printing here. Okay, that's very simple. Okay, okay, that's it. So where those methods are available, those objects you need to create. Okay. So if this method is available within the test class, you can create a test class object and you can call the test class through that method. Okay. But as of now, this method is available from student. Then we created student object. Now student object itself, we can call the method and use. But okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. I hope you all are understand this. If not, you can comment it down. I'll reply back to you. Okay. Okay. Next, see, if you try to run the student, it's not possible. See, run configuration it is showing. But if test class, see, Java application. Because so in student class, we don't have any main method. In test, we have a main method. Okay. So it is not showing. If you see here, run as Java application is not available. But in test, we have available. See here, Java application. That's it. Okay. No. Okay. So I hope you are all understand this. This is clear. Okay. Okay. Now, so now let me introduce next concept. Okay. So that is inheritance. Okay. Parent and child. I create parent class here first. Okay. Let me create one more class, that is parent class. This is very important class. Okay. Parent. So parent class. Parent class. I don't need any main method here as well. So here I have a method public string get parent. So of okay return. So it return this is parent. Okay, this is return parent. So let me save this. Okay, and again let me create one more class, child class. Okay, child. So I don't need here as well main method. So here also I have one method public string get child of return. This is return. This is child. This is child. So now this is clear, right? Go to the test. So let me remove all this stuff. No need. Okay. So test class with main method. So if I want to call parent method, what object I want? I have to create parent. Parent object. P equals to new parent of okay. So what this P dot get parent. See if you see here, get parent only visible here. Okay. So ends with the semicolon. So this get parent is written string type. So string. So P2 variable I am assigning. Now sys out. Let me define sys out. And I am printing P2 at parent. Great. Okay. Next. So let me define if I want to call child methods, what can I do? I have to create child object, right? So child c equals to new child ends with semicolon. So now this child c dot get child it return. So this method is what return? So string type only that also. So now c 2 equals to okay. Now let me define this out. That's C2. Okay. So if you see here, only if you see here, this C dot get child is only available here. Get child method is only available here. We are using that. Okay, fine. Now So this is a child class. So this is a child class, right? So what inheritance tells child should have access to parent. Suppose I have a parent. Suppose I have a parent. So get parent method. But if you see here, the get child, you see here, C dot get, only get child is available. There is no parent. That means, this child, this parent class, there are separate classes only. As of now, these two are separate classes only. You are not bringing any relation between these two classes. Okay, these are individual classes as of now. If you want to bring a relation, okay, let me run first. So let me run this first. Okay, let me run this first. What happened? So you run this. So this is parent, this is child. Great. Now, see, these are individual classes, right? If you want to bring a relation between these two, see, this C dot get is showing only get child as of now. If you want to get a relation between these two, we just go to this is a child, right? Now, child, the class level, we have a keyword called extends parent. Parent. So, see here, this is the keyword we have. Now, this parent becomes parent and this child is child. Okay. Previously, there are child is independent and parent is independent. Now, you are bringing a relation by using the extends keyword. So parent child relation. So the right side class you can define as a parent one, and the left side one you can assume that is a child. Okay. Now whenever you do extends build a relation, now you can go, if you see here, C dot get parent method also available from child object. Now let me access that. Okay. Now string C3 ends with semicolon C3. So by using child object, you are calling parent method. So this is a child. Whenever you have a child extends parent, the child object, whatever the child object you created here, that can access the parent things. So this is having access to the parent things. So see here, you are calling C dot get parent. Okay. So if see, there is no error, right? There is no error, it is showing. If I remove extends here, see, if you remove this extends, see, if you remove, so see here, this test is showing error. See here, get parent. This method get parent is undefined for the type of child, right? Now you can build relation between these two classes. So there is no error. Okay. So we build relation between these two classes. Now these are printed successfully. So this is the relation extends keyword we are using. Now, so now in parent, I have a get parent, right? Get parent. I copy the same. I paste it into child. I paste it into. See, now you can see the symbol overrides. So we discussed override concept, right? So override is not possible within the same class. So when it is possible, so you have a parent class and child class. So those are between a relation, then override possible. So override means the same signatures. So everything same. The parameters, argument, everything. So let me define. This is parent from child. Child. Oh, message. So you are overriding this method. So whatever method is there in the parent, your same method you are writing in child. So return type is same, get parent name is same, and parameters also same. Now when I call get parent here, so when I call this get parent, if you see here, this is parent from child. Okay, this child method. When I call this get parent, so you can tell me the parent class get parent is called or child class get parent is called. We'll see. So in test class, I am calling get parent, right? See, the parent from child. So the first preference is the override methods. So if there is no override, the parent method will be invoked. If same method is there in child, that override methods will be invoked. The first preference. If there is no override methods are there in your child, the parent thing will be invoked. So this is overload method. I am overloading parent from child. So overloading is possible within the inheritance relation. This must be clear. Okay. This is the same get parent. Okay. I am returning different messages. Okay. So, and so this is a parent. Okay. Hmm. If you remove this get parent within the child, if this method is not there, then it is automatically called from the parent thing. See here. See, get parent is there in a parent now. If it is not there, the override methods, then parent methods are invoked. If the override is there in your child, then that is invoked. Okay, that will be invoked. So that is clear. I hope you are all understand this overload. So now let's see Java application. See, this is parent from child. So this is inheritance concept in okay. So let me so I should want to explain you again. So let me explain you again the in detail. So I have a child class. Okay, I have a child class. So within the child class, I have one method and I have one more class that is parent class. Okay, within the parent class also I have one method and if I go so test, so I have a test class. So here I have a main method. So the start in Java, the starting point of execution is main method. If you see here in child and parent, I don't have any main methods. So that's why I'm going to here test class. So within the child class, I have a one method, right? So I want to access that method. I have to create that particular object. And the same thing for parent also. If I want to access parent thing, I have to create parent object. Now I created parent and I am accessing that parent thing. And also the child object I created and I am accessing that child method. Now, so we have a inheritance concept in Java. So what that concept is tells that so child can access parent things by using child object. When it is happen, when you use extends keyword, so the right thing we can assume parent and the left one should be a child. Now I have a child object right here. So by using child object, I can call parent. Okay, see here, parent. If you run your application, okay, same. So this is child, this is parent, is successfully printed. And if you have any override methods, override methods. See, if you see here the symbol override methods. Now that should be first preferable here. If you run this, see, this is the parent from child. If that is not there, the parent thing is preferable. But if there, the child thing is preferable. And so, right, that is the point of inheritance. Okay. See, if you see here, if you see here, this is our parent, right? So from the parent, I can access the child thing. If you see here, let me p equals to new p key dot get. See, get parent method is available. There is no get child method because only child can access parent things if we build a relation. But if you are not building anything, that class methods only we can use it. Okay, that's the point we have. Okay, clear? Okay, okay, that's it. Let me. So now need to create here parent object because we build a relation and we can use child object through the parent things. That's it. Okay. So next, see. So how to create POJO class? So POJO means Java plain object. So POJO class contains attributes and methods. So those methods are to set the values, getter methods and setter methods. So setter methods to set the value, getter methods to get the value. Okay. So what typically POJO contains? A plain old Java object class. It contains attributes, variables, corresponding variable setter methods and set the values and getter methods to get the values. Okay. So plain old Java objects. So POJO. Let me create a class. Let me create a class. So this is very important. So let me create a employee class. Employee class. So I am not taking any main method. So employee. Okay. This is very good. So how to create properties? So whenever you create properties to any class, those should be a private things. So private EMP ID and private string EMP name. So private double EMP SAR. Okay. These are the variables I have. So while you creating variable, you have to use camel class. So EMP, the first word it should be small and the second word should be a capital. Okay, everything. See here, EMP name, EMP cell. Okay, so these are the coding standards we have to must follow. Okay, so I have created private variables, right? These private variables, I have created a constructor. So I need to create a constructor. Okay, how to create constructor in IDE? So before we created constructor by using ourselves when we are using the notepad. Now here you can just right click and source within the source. So generate using constructor fields. See here. Select all, already selected. So this is the constructor. So whatever the parameters you are passing, the same parameters it is taking. So this keyword and super I will let you know. Okay. Okay. As of now, you no need to worry about this. Okay. This is the constructor. So I told you, right? Constructor I use it to initialize values. So whatever the values are passing to the constructor, so those are initialized to here. Okay. So suppose you are passing 101. So it is coming here and it is going to initialize here. And employee name coming here and initialize to employee name. So like that, it is variables are initialized. So this is parameterized constructor. So I said, right, whenever you create a parameter constructor, it is always recommended to create non-parameterized constructor because your Java is not provided for you whenever you created parameterized constructor. So how to create a default constructor? So simple. Employee, okay. This is how we can create. So you can tell this is a public one if you want. Okay. See, this is default constructor or non-parameterized constructor. Okay. So constructor doesn't have any return type. Okay. This is not. So it is always recommended whenever you create a parameterized constructor. Okay. Let me keep my charging. Okay. So whenever you create parameterized constructor, so you can create the default constructor as well. So if you are not creating constructor, the default constructor, what happened? You may have a doubt. What happened? So I am creating this parameterized constructor. What is the need of this? You have a doubt. So మీకు doubt వచ్చిందంటే. So simple. Let me undefine this. Okay. So suppose if I want to create employee object, how do you create employee object? Simple. Employee equals to new employee. See, error. See here, error. It shows an error. What is the error? See, the constructor employee is undefined. So you already defined parameterized constructor. So that is the why the default constructor is not provided for your Java. If you want, you can create a parameterized constructor. Add arguments. That is fine. There is no error. But whenever you want to create the default constructor, it is not provided. If you create that default one, then no errors here. Okay. And also if you are not providing any constructor, default and parameter constructor, there is no error because your Java is provided constructor defaultly whenever you are not creating any constructor to that particular class. If you created this class, this constructor, parameter constructor, you must need to create this employee. Now, next. So, this is done. Okay. So once you create a constructor, then you have to create methods. So how to create getters and setters? So simple, what are the properties you have? So simple, right click, source, generate getters and setters. Select all, Okay. So if you see here, get employee, set employee ID. Okay. These are public things. So set employee. So we can set the value to the variable. Set method, setting the value, and so once you set, get the value. Get the value. Okay. So this is encapsulation, right? This is encapsulation, right? The private variables should be done by private here. So if you want to get employee ID, I just call this method. So you are binding your private variable, you are binding to the public members. So what is this return? It returns employee. Okay. So if you want to return a value, you should set a value, right? Set employee ID, set the value, get employee, get the value. So okay, get value. Either you can set the value with set methods or through the constructors. It is possible. Both ways possible. So it is possible either set the employee ID through the constructor or a setter methods we are using. I'll show you the both ways. Okay. So you can set the values either constructor or setter methods and get the value by using the getter methods. Those are the called getter methods. So get employee name get. So typically we can call it as employee POJO class. Employee POJO class. So what typically contains POJO contains? Typically it contains properties, constructors with fields, setter getter methods. So are you writing any code manually? No, right? Simply we are using right click and source we are saying. That's it. So that is the use of IDEs. Okay. Okay. So let me parent. Now go back to the test class. So let me remove. So now you can create object employee. See, employee object. So you can use two ways. You can use two ways. One is employee with content. The parameter is constructor. I can give 101 and employee name should be you can say Ram and employee salary should 20,000. So I am creating object, right? If I want to get employee values, how to get values? So I said right by using the getter methods. So e dot get employee ID. So this get employee ID is written this ID. Okay, let me concat it. So some space between these two and plus e dot get employee name and again let me concat it and e dot get employee shall. Okay. Okay. Why these are showing error? So let me save this. Okay. So there is no errors we have. Now let me run this. See 101 wrong and 20,000. This is double, right? So that's why it is. So whatever the see ID, whatever the values you are passing to the constructor, those values going to here, those are invoked to that particular variable. By using these methods, we are getting the values, right? So this particular getter methods, we are getting the value. See, next. So this is one way. So this is one way by using the constructor to invoke the properties, the values. So there is one more way we have, right? What is the way? By using setter methods. So how to do it that way? Simple. You have to create employee. Yeah. So this is the way of passing the constructor. So I told you two ways we have. So this is one way. So the second way should be create normal employee object. Now here, so E1 dot set employee ID. So here I am setting 102 and E1 dot set employee name. They should some Krish, Krish and E1 dot set MB start. So here let me define 35,000. 35,000. Now let me take one more sys out. So here E1 dot get employee ID and same concatenate it. So E1 dot get employee name, concatenate it, and E1 dot get salary. Okay. So E1 I am referring here. E ikkada నేను refer చేశాను. So for this method I am using E1. So now let me see the output. See here 101 RAM 20,000 is printed. 102 Krish 35,000 is printed. Okay. So this is the second way by using setting the setter methods, and this is the constructor we are using. So both ways we can use it. So using constructor and setter methods. Okay. So like this you can get the values. Okay. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me and I'll explain. So that's it for today. Okay. You can practice this with creating different classes with POJO, and what are the POJO class content, properties, and constructors and setter getter methods. Those are we can call it by the main. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel and watch more videos. Okay, bye.